Now in chapter reproduction in reproduction in organism, we are going towards sexual reproduction. All the examples and the terminology of asexual reproduction is over. Now in sexual reproduction, we will study first the events in sexual reproduction. What are the events in sexual reproduction? First event is pre-fertilization event, second fertilization, and third post-fertilization event. Now pre-fertilization means which event occurs before fertilization. Before fertilization, children, two important significant event occurs, that is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis of, that is formation of the gametes. Say formation of the sperms in testes and formation of the ovum in the ovary. Then gamete transfer. Gamete transfer. Gamete in the male is transferred through sperm duct and in female through oviduct or what you call fallopian tube. Then the second event is fertilization. It is also called syngamy. That is fusion of male and female gamete. Fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote. To form zygote. And ultimately post-fertilization event, that is called embryogenesis. This involves two things: formation of the zygote as well as development of embryo. Development of embryo. Children, all this comes under the, because we are starting to study now sexual reproduction, so you should know what are the events in sexual reproduction. Now in phases in life cycle, in phases in the life cycle of organism, there are three phases. Juvenile phase, that is called pre-reproductive phase or reproductive phase, and senescence, that is post-reproductive phase. In pre-reproductive phase or juvenile phase, in this phase, organism only they reaches the sexual maturity. Only the whole period of juvenile phase is spent only in reaching the maturity stage, nothing else. For example, bamboo plant flowers between 50 to 100 years, after 50 years. Similarly, Strobilanthes kuntiana, that is also called Neela Karanji. Popular name is, general name is Neela Karanji. It flowers after 12 years. So that is the best example for juvenile phase, and this was asked in 2018 or 19. Strobilanthes kuntiana, flowers after, a plant which flowers after 12 years. So please remember these two examples, bamboo and Strobilanthes kuntiana. So is it clear to you what is juvenile phase? Similarly, reproductive phase. Reproductive phase has two features, as I told you in the last topic. Sex organ become matures to produce gametes. Sex organs like testes in male or anther in the flower, ovary in the female, or gynecium in the flower. Sex organ matures and gametes are produced. Now here in this category, there are two kinds of breeders. They breed at two periods: seasonal breeders and continuous breeder. Very important, can be asked for differentiate between, or example of seasonal and continuous breeders. Seasonal breeders are the breeders which breeds in specific time of the year, not always. They mate and they go for breeding, that is in the specific time. For example, cow, goat, sheep, etc. Cow, goat, sheep, etc. And just opposite, This continuous breeder, they breeds any time of the year, any time in 12 months. Most famous example is humans. Humans are the continuous breeder. Now, ultimately, the last phase of the life cycle is senescence phase. In senescence phase, the actual active sexual period is over. Actual active sexual period is over, and the metabolism of the body. You know what is metabolism? Digestion, excretion, circulation, blood circulation. The metabolism of the body slows down, leading to the death. Leading to the death. So remember, children, in the phases of the life cycle, there are three phases: juvenile phase, then second one is reproductive phase, and third one is senescence phase. Isn't it? Parthenogenesis means formation of the new individuals. Formation of the new individuals from unfertilized eggs directly without fertilization. It is very strange, but it is true, amazing fact that this happens in the honeybee. There is formation of the new individuals from unfertilized egg and the process is called parthenogenesis. Fertilization is absent, but it occurs in the presence of hormone called pheromones. So let us see parthenogenesis. Queen bee is the popular example. Queen bee produces egg. When the egg is fertilized, on one category of the egg which is fertilized hatches two kinds of the individual. The fertilized egg, the individual which hatch out from the fertilized egg feeds on royal jelly and it becomes queen bee. It becomes queen bee. And the individuals after hatching from the fertilized egg feed on honey and pollen and they become worker. They become worker bee. So this is one category. When the egg gets fertilized, and when the egg is not fertilized, unfertilized egg. Our topic is here. Our topic parthenogenesis is lying here. In this area. Parthenogenesis. The unfertilized egg will directly develop into drone male without any fertilization under the influence of the hormone pheromones. This is parthenogenesis. Then ultimately, this very amazing fact, very interesting, this drone male will produce sperm after feeding on honey and pollen by mitosis division. Strange. Drone male will produce sperm through mitosis division. That is, egg will be there, but through mitosis division. And then ultimately, after fertilization, then this sperm will fertilize again the queen bee and the cycle repeats. Two categories again, fertilized egg and unfertilized egg. On this in competition, some questions are asked related to this, like insect which do not has father but has grandfather. Insect which do not have father but have grandfather. That is called honeybee. Students, now we are ending this chapter by studying difference between menstrual and estrous cycle. In your basic class, children, you have studied about menstrual cycle. You have some idea regarding menstrual cycle, but estrous cycle is new for you. So I will introduce you only in brief because we have to study this in detail in human reproduction. So children, you know in class 10th you have studied steps of menstrual cycle in arranging order. Arrange the following terms in logical sequence. You know those steps. Menstrual cycle in the human consists of menstrual phase in order, then pre-ovulatory phase, means when ovulation occurs, then ovulatory phase, and post ovulatory ovulatory or secretory phase. These are the four phases of menstrual cycle in human. Menstrual phase, pre-ovulatory phase, ovulatory phase and post-ovulatory phase or secretory phase. Similarly, and this is in humans. Similarly, there are some animals like non-primates like dog, cat and cow. In their reproductive phase they have heat periods, non-primates. And like these four stages are there. Similarly, in these animals in stress cycle there are four stages, that is pro-stress phase, stress phase, met-stress phase and di-stress phase. Pro-stress phase, stress phase, met-stress phase and di-stress phase. Now what is the difference between them on the basis of their definition? Menstrual cycle is series of physiological event that initiates changes in the uterus and ovary of the primate female for ensuring pregnancy. Series of physiological event that initiate changes in two things, uterus and ovaries, and in the secondary sexual organ of the primate female for ensuring pregnancy. Similarly, stress cycle means series of physiological events that initiates changes in the uterus, ovary and secondary sexual organ of non-primate females for ensuring pregnancy, that is during heat period. And examples are dog, cat and cow.